sure that if you're doing any sort of regular transfers, or if you want to e-transfer anything in any way, use that email address. The info will be at the welcome desk as well. And there's lots of options to donate as well, using the QR code, using e-transfer, as well as you can give a cash donation as well. And if you're here for the first time, so there's a few of you who are here, please do leave your contact information at the welcome desk, so that we can add you to the WhatsApp groups and you can kind of stay connected with all of our programs and keep up with everything that's going on here. Okay, a couple of other special announcements. Today's Sunday school will be in the meeting room, so for those kids, for the kids that are in Sunday school, just keep, and the parents, to keep that in mind. We also have on Monday, December 1st, a very special day coming up, which is the Gita Jayanti, which is the day that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And we'll be celebrating that here at Vic Johnston Community Center. It is a Monday, so it's not on our regular scheduled day, but we have special permission to have the program here on Monday. So we'll be reading the Bhagavad Gita from 5:30 in the evening till 9:30. So please join us with your friends and family, and if you would also like to recite any shlokas or recite the translations, you can also leave your name at the front desk so that we can make sure you are participating in the recitation as well. Also, we have a Bhagavad Gita contest coming up for the children of ISKCON Mississauga, coming up on Sunday, December 21st. At this location here at Vic Johnston Community Center. But the contest will be in the meeting room, so something to keep in mind. The contest will be for children of ages between 4 to 15 years. So if you or anyone you know is interested in registering their children, please see Sucharu Mataji, who I don't see her yet, or any of the teachers that you just saw walking out. They will be more than happy to register your children, and so that your children can participate in this contest as well. Just another couple of more announcements here. Next week and the week after, so November 30th and December 7th, our Sunday programs won't be at this location because Vic Johnston isn't available. So the November 30th program will be at Meadowvale Community Center in the youth and senior room there. The timings will stay the same. And then on December 7th, it will be at River Grove Community Center. So just keep that in mind. Don't come here next week for next week's program. Make sure you go to Meadowvale Community Center for next week, and then River Grove Community Center the week after. So now we'll just do some special prayers for some members of our community and for some devotees within the movement. So let's take some time to chant 3 Hare Krishna Maha Mantras for the health of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, as well as the speedy recovery of one of our congregation members, Padmaja Mataji, as well as Raseshwar Gopendra Prabhu. So let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. And we'll move now to the next part of our program, which is just to announce some numbers about book distribution, because as some of you may know, the Srila Prabhupada Marathon is ongoing, and if you don't know, this is a very special time where we are encouraged to distribute lots of books, specifically Bhagavad Gitas, as we approach Gita Jayanti and this period of it was a very special day for all of us as well. So our goal here at ISKCON Mississauga the target is to have distributed 35 boxes of Bhagavad Gitas in either pledged or sponsored. So far we have 26 boxes that have been pledged or sponsored. So let's give the Sankirtan team a big round of applause for that. We have only 9 more boxes to go. So if anyone is interested, or you know anyone who might benefit from sponsoring or pledging, please contact Dharmadas Prabhu or Sucharu Mataji and let them know you're interested. Also, a big congratulations and shout out to the Sankirtan team for distributing 34 books yesterday. Just general distribution numbers. So that's great great to see that spirit here at ISKCON Mississauga. Now we will move to the next part of the program, which is our Vedic discourse, which is going to be given by His Grace Pitambar Das Prabhu, and he will be speaking about the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, specifically verses 1 through 9. So I will give you a little bio about His Grace Pitambar Prabhu. So Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and he received his Harinam Diksha initiation in September of 2017 and has been in Krishna consciousness for the last 15 years. He currently serves with the ISKCON Stouffville Yatra, so on the East End. But originally he's from Mumbai, and he has resided in many places around the world, including Jakarta in Indonesia, and then in Nairobi in Kenya as well, and then eventually moved here to Canada in the March of 2001. Professionally, Prabhu holds designations of CA from India, he's a CPA from the US as well, and has CGA, CPA designations here in Canada. And he also serves with as an admin support for the ISKCON Zone 1 support office. So we're really lucky and fortunate to have His Grace Pitambar Prabhu with us today. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Prabhu. Please join us here at the front. Prabhu's lecture will go on, or the Vedic discourse will go till about 6:20, after which time we will have some kirtan and then prasadam for those of you that are new for the first time. Hare Krishna. I need it.
Including questions.
If you can give, they can also do it in Prasadam if they don't get to ask you during the lecture.
Sure.
So both options are out.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's chant Jai Radha Madhava. Please repeat after me. Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Randana, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Randana, Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Randana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद एवरीवन हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Please repeat after me. नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण little loud please शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन हृदयन्तस्थो अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much everyone for joining here. Thank you for the introduction, Mataji. That is not good. I don't deserve it. Simply say Dasa, Dasa, and Dasa. That's it. Sachi Mata, Vithi Sachi Mata. Hari Bol. I requested nothing. I am very, very grateful to Amrita Ganga Mataji, Ruchi Gopinath Prabhu, as well as Sachi Mata, becoming instrument in this invitation, as well as giving me the golden opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. Hari Bol. Also grateful to ISKCON Mississauga management for organizing this and inviting Hare Krishna. So devotees, we shall be starting a new chapter today. I believe chapter 2 was finished last Sunday. We are starting chapter 3. We will be covering verse number 1 to 9, which is on page number 139 of this book, Yellow Bhagavad Gita book. Now it's very, very running short of time, so we wouldn't be able to recite every single verse of this, but I would prefer verse number 3 and number 9 at least we should recite. These are the slokas from the lotus mouth of Krishna. Let us glorify Krishna. So verse number 3, please repeat after me. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Vivita Nishtha Pura Prokta Maya Nadha Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. Go to number 9. Yagnathat karmano anyatra Loko ayam karma bandhanaha Tadartham karma kaunteya Mukta sangha samachara. Anybody would like to read the translation of 1 to 9? One at a time, one devotee, one. So let us read the translation, starting with 3.1.
Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work?
Anyone else? Number 2.
My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me precisely which will be most beneficial for me.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical, philosophical speculation, and others by devotional service.
Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from the reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection.
Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment.
One who restrains the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender.
On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga and Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior.
Perform your prescribed duty, for doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work.
Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work was wanted in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kundi, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way, you will always remain free from bondage.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, devotees. Once again, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I seek the blessing of each and every devotee here, exalted devotees present. I am not qualified to speak or even occupy this Vyasasana, but with the mercy of Lord Krishna and the devotees, I'll try to speak few words just for the pleasure of my Guru Maharaj and for my clarification. But in the process, if there is any shortcoming or drawbacks, please forgive me. Thank you, devotees. Once again, welcome to this ISKCON Sunday Feast program. So, we have seen in chapter 2 that Krishna speaks on various topics. In fact, he gives. Anybody can tell me what is the turning point of Bhagavad Gita? Which sloka number and what is the. Yes, please. 2.7. Hari Bol. And what's the. Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. That is the sloka which is the turning, which turns the tables of Bhagavad Gita. 2.7 Karpanyata Sobhata Swabhava, wherein Arjuna tells Krishna that, oh Krishna, now I am a soul surrendered unto you. Please enlighten me what is best for me. And up to that point in time, Arjuna was arguing and Krishna was speaking to him or refuting his arguments. As on the platform of who? On the platform of before 2.7, what was the platform of dialogue, Prabhu? Friends say, very good. But as soon as 2.7, when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, Krishna became the spiritual master, Arjuna became the disciple. And the dialogue is between a spiritual master, being Krishna, and Arjuna being the disciple. So from that point onwards, every single dialogue is instructive from Krishna's side and receptive from Arjuna's side. And Arjuna is listening with rapt attention, which is what, in fact, Arjuna is so kind enough to be asking those pertinent questions which puzzles us every single day in and out. Every single day we are puzzled with various choices and various questions associated with those choices. And that is where we need guidance from our spiritual master or from Krishna. But Arjuna has become the medium to be asking those questions on whose behalf? On behalf of all the jivas like all of us, who are puzzled every single day. Some questions we do have answers, some we don't, and we scratch our head, what should we do? That is when we need to open Bhagavad Gita. Any page you open, you will get the answer. That's the beauty. We are so fortunate. Krishna is so merciful to be giving us Bhagavad Gita just 5,000 years before, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, just 5,000 years. So we should be opening every page, any page for our solutions, which puzzles us. So Arjuna asked, he didn't want to give a little prelude, he didn't want to fight. And he saw the king's man, and then he says, oh Krishna, I see Dronacharya, I see my Guru, I see Bhishma Pitambar, on whose lap I'm born and brought up. I see my kinsman, I cannot fight. And Krishna tells, after 2.7 of course, that look Arjuna, you are the soul, do not think you are the body. Number 2, he says, you should be performing prescribed duty because you are a Kshatriya by the modes of nature which you have acquired, Varna, Ashrama, Dharma. Kshatriya, and Kshatriya's prime duty is to fight. But Arjuna gives various reasons not to fight. Either it is compassion towards kinsman, or say if I kill this man, the unwanted progeny will be there. Lots of reasons. We won't go into because it is already discussed. Just a prelude. There, Krishna gives in 2.47 very wonderful words. Karmani evadikaraste mahafalesu kadachana. You have got a right to perform your duty, but do not expect the results. Results do not belong to you, Arjuna. Leave the results to me. I will give you whatever you deserve. Not, see, there is a difference between want and need. We want everything in this material world. I mean, we are those creatures where anything and everything we want. But do we really need it? Not really. So Krishna will be kind enough to be giving us only those things which we need, not we want. In other words, whatever we deserve is what Krishna will give, because that is for the ultimate benefit of the jiva. So Krishna also spoke Sankhya Yoga as well as Buddhi Yoga. Now, Buddhi Yoga is the word used which is nothing but equivalent to Krishna consciousness. And in verse number 3, which is what we already read, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, and this is the, so first two slokas asked the question by Arjuna to Krishna that why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than Buddhi Yoga? Because Krishna instructed Arjuna that look, Buddhi Yoga is by far the best. Buddhi Yoga meaning equivalent of Krishna consciousness. By far the best. And that is where Karmanya Vadhikarastha comes, that you perform your duty, leave the rest to me. And then this is the instruction of Krishna which really bewilders Arjuna. That he says that, okay, Krishna, you told me on the one side that Buddhi Yoga, which is Krishna consciousness, is the best. Then on the other side you say, oh Arjuna, you are the Kshatriya. You need to fight. So how do I understand which one is? On the one side you say best, I would go by the best. And what is best? Buddhi Yoga. Okay, Krishna consciousness, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he says, I will rather beg than kill this kinsman. I would rather do penances and austerities or Krishna consciousness. As you said, Krishna, rather than killing all these my kinsmen. And which is, if we were Arjuna, we would be asking the same question. That how do I decide? I would be going by the best, but then the best is Krishna consciousness. That means renunciation, that means not killing these people, that means ahimsa, that means following what Krishna said. On the other hand, you are telling me you are Kshatriya and fight. I have left my Gandiva and you are telling me pick up your Gandiva, go and start fighting. What is going on, Krishna? I am completely bewildered, and we would be in the same situation as Arjuna is at that point in time. But Prabhuji and Mataji is one thing. Krishna is taking Arjuna from lower platforms to the higher platforms very gradually. If you study Bhagavad Gita and if you really analyze it critically, you will find that Krishna has not left out any options. Any process of bhakti, he has not left out. He has discussed it, but he is going step by step. As if, Arjuna is a naive person and he is asking like a naive person. And through Arjuna, he wants to instruct all of us. Therefore, he is building the platform. So first he built the platform, the very foundational thing of Krishna consciousness. He said, we are the soul, we are not the body. Oh, Arjuna, you are the soul, you are not the body, and whomever you see, they will still exist even if they are killed. Or if you are killed, you will attain the salvation, because that's Kshatriya's duty. So, having said Sankhya Yoga as well as Buddhi Yoga, now Arjuna is asking this. Second one, Arjuna says, my intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions, therefore please tell me decisively which will be most beneficial to me. And this is where, you see, whenever we are puzzled, Prabhuji and Mataji, and we will be puzzled, every single point in time, life is a battle. As much as Kurukshetra is the battlefield, and there is a war which was being fought 5,000 years before, we are fighting every single moment of our life with the decisions. Should I go north? Should I go south? Should I come to ISKCON Mississauga for the devotional service, or should I go to attend birthday party? There must be hundreds of birthday. Today is Sunday evening. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, everything is going on. Which one should I? Every single point in time. This could be a relatively easy choice, but there will be very, very difficult choices. Any time we are puzzled with certain questions which can be very critical at times, we need to approach, if we are lucky enough to have been initiated, we need to approach our spiritual master. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. 4.34 says you must approach the spiritual master, sevaya, serve him, inquire from him submissively, and ask the questions which is puzzling you. So this is what we should all be doing. And that is exactly what Arjuna did. And as soon as Arjuna did that, Krishna said in number 3, see Bhagavan Vacha, which means Krishna says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, oh sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. Already explained in chapter 2. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical philosophical speculation and others by devotional service. In other words, Krishna has already explained Sankhya Yoga. You know, Sankhya Yoga is the Jnana Yoga, is the analytical study. And that is where he said we are the souls, we are not the body. And then Sankhya Yoga is really detailed explained. As well as Krishna gave a prelude to what? Prelude to, let me check everybody. Did I make it sleep? Krishna gave prelude to, what is the second thing Krishna said in chapter 2? Sankhya Yoga and Buddhi Yoga, Hari Bol. So it is Krishna consciousness. So that is where Krishna said that you need to follow the instructions as laid down in the Vedas and at the same time perform your prescribed duty. What is your prescribed duty? You are a Kshatriya, fight. Do not give up your Gandiva. So, and he says performing your prescribed duty is better than doing somebody else's work. Perform your duty. So the very first thing he says versus Jnana Yoga, two classes of men. Sankhya Yoga, which is the Jnana Yoga, and the second one is devotional service. And here, the title of the chapter is Karma Yoga. I want to little bit speak on that because this is important for us to understand what does it mean. What is yoga meaning? Can anybody tell me? Yoga? Sorry? Connecting with the God. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Connecting with the God. And what is karma meaning? Karma means? Haribol. Very nice, Mataji. The activities which we do, Kriya. Kriya is karma. Activities. So whatever activities we do is called karma. And yoga means to connect. So karma yoga means perform your activities connecting yourself to Krishna. That is called karma yoga. Now, I wanted to clarify certain misconceptions which we have in our daily spoken language. And what I mean by daily spoken language, say, we do talk, right, amongst devotees. Oh, that one, oh, you are talking of that karmi. Oh, that karmi. No. Let us not talk of him. He is a karmi, you know. Now, we speak this, right? I mean, raise the hand if I am wrong. Please raise the hand if we don't speak. We speak this, oh, that's a karmi. And the title of the topic, chapter is Karma Yoga. So we must understand what is karma. And Prabhus and Matajis, we should not say, oh, he is a karmi. Why? I'll explain to you. 4 types of people I would classify into to define who is karmi and then to distinguish it. The very first one, whom we are referring as karmi, is not karmi. He is a materialist person. Materialist person is nothing but who just ahara nidra bhayamaitum, who just eats, sleeps, defends and mats. Animals also can do, right? If a dog in the street is doing the same thing, then this materialist is not different. Prabhupada tells him as a 2-legged animal, you know. 2-legged animal means this person in the form of human being is doing the same thing what animal in the street is doing. Eating, sleeping, matting, defending. Then what's the difference? Those are the materialists we are referring by saying, oh, that is karmi, let us not associate. So do not say that he is a karmi. Those are the materialists. Those are the people who don't know ABC of Krishna or who know but who don't want to follow it. So they are only there to do activities for their personal sense enjoyment, should I say. That is number 1. Are we clear with number 1, materialist? Are we okay? Okay, number 2. Now we come to, oh, that karmi. Do not say henceforth, oh, that is a karmi. No. Karmi is a person who is following injunctions of the Vedas for his personal sense gratification, for his personal purpose. But What is the difference between that materialist which we described and the karmi what I am describing now? Is that materialists do not care for Vedas. Materialists do not go by the injunctions of the Vedas. He is just doing his personal sense gratification. Whereas this karmi is a person who is following karma kanda of Veda. In Veda there is karma kanda, Veda is full of knowledge, dhyan, everything, whatever Krishna said, everything is in Veda. But Krishna gave it in a simplified form. So this karmi is nothing but a person who is following injunctions of the Vedas and following karma kanda. So he is definitely better than the first category, isn't it? Because he is at least studying Vedas, he is going by the injunctions of the Vedas, and then of course his motto is what? Personal sense gratification. But he is taking the base as Vedas. So that is number 2. Number 3, the title of the chapter, Karma Yoga, or we call it Karma Yogi. Who is Karma Yogi? Karma Yogi is a yogi who is following, essentially, let me say 2.47, Karmanye Vadikaraste Ma Phalesu Kudade. He is following the instructions of Krishna, and Krishna said that you have got the right to perform your duty, but you don't expect the results of your actions, and do not consider yourself to be the cause, which is the reason, of the results of your actions. Do not consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your actions. Therefore, this person called Karma Yogi is following in a way Krishna consciousness, although he is running short of that bhakti, which means final step, final leap, he has not yet taken. But he is following Gita, he is following what Krishna said, he is following exactly what it is to be. Now, that is the third person, Karma Yogi. And when this Karma Yogi continues to follow the same Karma Yoga process of connecting with Krishna while doing karma, then this Karma Yogi will become who? Bhakta. That is the fourth category I wanted to come to. He is the Bhakta. So he is the devotee. So there are 4 people I discussed. One is the materialist, which is eating, meeting, sleeping, defending, nothing else. No Vedas, no religion. Second is karmi, who is following karma kanda and taking the injunctions of the Vedas. Third is karma yogi, he is connecting himself with Krishna while performing his karma. Therefore, he is by far the best. And when he continues to follow, he becomes eventually bhakta. So let us not say, in our verbatim or our terminology, oh, that karmi, we are talking of that karmi. No. That is a different one. Anyway, now chapter 3, the acronym for the chapter 3 is TREE, T-R-E-E, acronym if you want to remember. So T stands for Tyaga. Tyaga means renunciation, and that is exactly sloka number 1 to 9 we are studying. That is the theme of today, which is Tyaga. Number 2 is R. R means rungs of ladders of the yogic process. So the first one is that materialist. Now when he comes in contact with somebody, he will follow karma kanda, Vedas. Then he will climb one more ladder up. He will become karma yogi, and then continuously following karma yoga, he will become bhakta. So that is the ladder. That is R. Rungs of Vedic ladders. Number 3 is E. E means exemplary. So T for Tyaga, which is sloka number 1 to 9 of chapter 3. R for rungs or types of yoga ladder, which is sloka number 10 to 16. E for exemplary. We know that yad acharati shrestha tatta devetarujana. Exemplary. Those things will be explained by Krishna in 17 to 35 of chapter 3. 17 to 35. And the fourth E, T-R-E-E. The second E is eternal enemy, which is lust only. Arjuna says, Mahasano Mahapapma Vidya Nai Mai Varino. Kama esa, Krodha esa, Rajoguna Samudbhava, Mahasano Mahapapma, Vidyena Mahi Vairinam. So that is lust only. So that is eternal enemy. So we are on the first theme of the four, which is described in chapter 3, which is called the Tyaga or renunciation. So let's proceed further. Now, Arjuna says in Krishna says in number 4, not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from renunciation, nor from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Now, what does Krishna mean by the translation of 3.4? Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction. Because Arjuna said, Krishna is trying to reply. Arjuna said, oh Krishna, I cannot fight. You told me, Krishna consciousness, Buddhi Yoga is better than fruitive work. I would rather give up everything and chant only Hare Krishna, and then that's it. Because that is the best, you say. But Krishna is refuting Arjuna's argument very politely and telling him that, look, you will not be free from the reactions of your work just by doing two things. Number one is refraining from or abstaining from the work, or renouncing altogether. You cannot do that. Why? And why I say this? Let us take an example. For example, I decide tomorrow, I go crazy and I decide tomorrow, okay, I will, you know what, ye jagat mithya, and then there is a prapanch and Kali Yuga is going on. I don't know to react with anybody, just as an example. And I close my door, I close my windows, no lights, full sunlight outside, but inside is car, and doing nothing, just chant or whatever. Will I be incurring reactions? Yes, Prabhu is saying yes. Why? Hari Bol. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balabhadradam tasya ham nigraham manye vayo rivam cha duskuram. Krishna, Arjuna will say in the ensuing chapter that, oh Krishna, my mind is so flickering, obstinate, that I can control the force of the wind. Can anybody control the force of the wind? It's next to impossible. We have seen the tornadoes where the trucks are flying like a small toy. Trucks, the 20, 40 feet trucks flying up. Nobody can control the force of the wind. Arjuna says, I can still try to control the force of the wind. But, Arjuna says to Krishna, I cannot control this flickering nature of my mind. And what does he mean by flickering nature? Mind is like a monkey. And we all can vouch for it. We know it. Mind is like a monkey. Within a second, it can fly anywhere. Even while chanting, even if Brahma Murta, so what? Still we are thinking, Prabhu, I'm honest. Okay, the thought process is subdued, of course, because first thing in the morning, we haven't interacted with the people outside. Cell phone is big, no, then we are chanting, but still whatever happened yesterday or day before yesterday, something which is puzzling, which still comes back to the surface, right, Prabhu? Then that's our experience. So mind is so flickering, it's like a monkey. It jumps from branch to branch to branch without sometimes our knowledge. And then when we are swayed away in those thoughts, after few mantras, should I say, not few rounds, after few, not malas, after few rounds, we are immediately, oh, I went there, oh, maybe I went to India, my mother and father, what are they? Oh, bring it back. And Prabhupada says, mind will pull you everywhere, but bring it back. And then the first time Krishna agreed to what Arjuna said, can anybody tell me where? The first time Krishna agreed to, so far Krishna has been refuting, chapter 2, 3, 4, no, Arjuna, this is not correct, you are Kshatriya, you do your duty, this, that. Krishna has been refuting, but the first time in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna agreed to Arjuna. When? Next sloka, Chanchalami Mana Krishna is the Arjuna speaking to Krishna, and the next sloka, 3.37, I believe. So he says, 3.37, yeah, of course, Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagena cha guhyati. Asamsayam mahabaho, manodur nigraham chalam. Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagena cha guhyati. So, two things Krishna said to bring mind back or to bring mind under control. Number one, abhyasa. Anybody tell me what is abhyasa? Practice. And vairagena cha guhyati. What is vairagya? Detachment. And that is exactly what Krishna will be again saying in 2.4 onwards, that you should be doing your karma activities but without attachment. Because Prabhu's and Mataji's very emphatic statement I will make, which I make every time: attachment is the cause of all miseries. I repeat, attachment is the cause of all miseries. Why? For example, you got a brand new car, brand new from the showroom, and the next day some kid has scratched, and then you say, oh my God, this I just bought yesterday, who did this? And then you are bewildered. Why are you bewildered? Why are you so worried? Because you have got attachment with that car, which is a piece of metal. It is just a junk, it's a machinery, piece of metal, but you have got the attachment, therefore you are, oh my God, the world turns upside down. Or you got a brand new cell phone and it fell down or it's lost, my God, the world is lost. Why? Because of the attachment. So attachment to a person or attachment to the property is degrading human soul. It will bind you and entangle you to the bondage of work, and which is what Prabhupada said, you should be free from the bondage of work. And that's why Krishna says 2.47, follow karmanyavadikaraste. You will not be bound by the bondage of karmic reactions. So let's proceed further. So number 5, everyone is forced. Prabhu's and Mataji's, I told Ruchika, I am used to giving one sloka, one class, and there also I find short of time because I need to justify the sloka. I told Prabhu, but here he said, no, we go by the theme, So all right, we do it. So I'm kind of rushing, pardon me for that. So number 5, everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. And this is what I was talking, that when you shut the door, keep yourself in dark, still you are thinking. And activity is not that I travel or I do something or somebody looks me doing some activity. That's not that. Activity also includes manasa, vacha, kaya. Manasa, it can start because anything starts from the thoughts first. Then it is put into words. Then it is action. And repeated action creates habit. Habit non-stop creates addiction. Addiction non-stop, if you don't break, becomes your character. So or the destiny. So everything starts from the thoughts. In that example, crude example what I give, I want to detach myself. Still, mind is so flickering that you won't be spared without a single thought. Try yourself. That okay, I want to black out my mind. The more you try, the more thoughts will come in. And any thought is nothing but a kriya, and which will have reactions. So that is what Krishna is telling, that therefore no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. Not even for a moment. Let's proceed further. 3 minutes to go. Mataji gave me a very tight deadline. Very good. Okay, no. I fully agree. Number 6. One who restrains the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Prabhu's and Mataji, let us spend 2 minutes on this very, very emphatic statement. So, in that case, though one who restrains the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects. Now, this is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, you find all sorts of vices, right? Vices means anarthas, people are having cheating propensity more than what our grandpas, we might have seen or heard about our grandpa, and they were pious people, they were peace-loving people. As the age progresses, Kali Yuga creeps in, and the anarthas keep on increasing, and therefore People are, trying to become a show bottle. Prabhupada uses the word show bottle. That they can have kanthi, tilaka, dhuti, kurta, but who knows what is going on in his or her mind. So Krishna says that be careful, Arjuna. One who restrains the senses of action, yes, he might be temporarily successful in controlling his senses forcefully, but his mind, as we already observed, mind cannot be checked. And when mind cannot be checked, mind will dwell on what? On the sense objects. And in our case, unfortunately, the right hierarchy is the objects of senses. On top of it comes senses. On top of it comes mind. On top of mind comes intelligence. On top of intelligence comes soul. So who should be controlling? Soul should be controlling intelligence. Intelligence should be controlling mind. Mind should be controlling senses. Senses should control the sense objects. That way. In our case, unfortunately, it's the reverse. It is the reverse. Believe it or not, it's the reverse. Which is why we should be in Krishna consciousness, in constant association of devotees. Therefore, this order we can follow. That intelligence must control mind. Mind must control senses, and sense must control sense objects. Our case is reverse. Sense objects. गुलाब जामुन अच्छा देखा, भूख लगा है, चख दो. आपका कैपेसिटी 2 या 3 है, अरे क्या स्पॉन्जी एंड व्हाटएवर. माता जी मेड सो सॉफ्ट, गुलाब जामुन में भी क्वालिटीज होती है ना, वो सॉफ्ट है, कभी कभी हार्ड. ये तो सॉफ्ट है और 3-4 और आने दो. This is nothing but you are getting attracted or carried away by your senses. And in this case, it's the tongue. So many senses. It's the tongue. So, or the belly. So, we should not be carried away by the senses. At that time, we should apply our intelligence. Oh no, my doctor said I'm a pre-diabetic. If not diabetic, I'm a pre-diabetic. For example, I should be controlling the sugar. Then once that intelligence says, intelligence is there to do discriminate between what is good and what is bad. Mind is thinking, feeling and willing. So at that time intelligence says, no, I should not eat that one. And therefore intelligence should control the mind. Not that senses will control the mind and mind will be carried away. So that is just a short period. Number 7. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind, here, this is what I was saying. If a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind is above senses, and begins karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, asakta is the word used. Asakta word is the meaning without attachment. He is by far superior. Therefore, we should be controlling our mind with the intelligence, which is nothing but intelligence in the chapter 2 was Buddhi Yoga, which is equivalent to Krishna consciousness. Number 8. Perform your prescribed duty, for doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. So, if we want to keep our body and soul together, we have to work. We all know that. And therefore, Krishna says, perform your duty. And the last one, which is what I wanted to go in depth, but sorry, I'm crossing the time and I have to. Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Hari Bol. And the work, this is very important. That's why I selected this to recite, Yagnarthartha Karmananyatra. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. Let's understand, I am given grace time a little bit. I'll make most use of that. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Now, Prabhuji and Mataji, we are doing work every single day, in and out. Yes or no? Every single day we are working. Either we are working in office, at home, Matajis are cooking, we are engaging in Krishna consciousness, we do arati, japa, everything. We are working non-stop. Only those 6-7 hours when we sleep, there also our subconscious mind works, because then the dreams take over. But Krishna conscious person just one sleeps straight in the morning. Why? Because he is thinking of Krishna. So work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu. Anything and everything we do, Prabhus and Mataji, must be done for the satisfaction of Vishnu. And when we do this thing, we are not called doing work. We are called doing yajna, sacrifice. And that is what Krishna says. The translation is, work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. So when Krishna told Arjuna that you lift your Gandhi and get up and fight Arjuna, and Arjuna fought, of course, at the end. What did Arjuna did? Arjuna followed the instructions of Krishna. In other words, he did not simply fight the war. He did what Krishna wanted, and therefore he did yajna. Okay, when we are chanting, what are we doing? We call japa yajna, right? And in Kali Yuga, it is the best. You know, Hare Nama, Kevalam, Kalo Nastiva, Gati Ramita. So that is the best japa yajna. So japa is a yajna. We are doing yajna. If we are following Krishna consciousness, and if we are meditating on Krishna, keeping Krishna in the center in all our activities, we are said to be doing yajnas for the satisfaction of Vishnu. And any yajna or sacrifice done for Vishnu do not create bondage. And that's what number 9 says. And work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world, for sure. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. His capital H, which is Krishna's, Vishnu's satisfaction. And in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. How easy Krishna has made for us to get rid of bondage, which is so difficult. Devi yesa gunamayi mamamaya dhulatyaya maameva prapadyante the maya metam tarantite. Krishna says this Maya is so strong, the divine energy is so strong that you cannot overcome it. But you can overcome it easily only if, or only that soul can overcome, if that soul is fully surrendered unto me. Because it is Krishna's divine energy. Then how can we fight Maya? How can we come out of the bondage of material world or the reactions of the material world, actions and reactions? How can? Simply do whatever you are doing, keeping Krishna in the center. Now you will say, okay, Prabhu, Mataji, Prabhu, I go 9 to 5 work. Everybody works, right? 9 to 5, for example. And how can you say, because I want, if the moment he stops me paying salary, I will stop working, of course. But there's a difference between these two, 9 to 5. A person who is the materialist, the first category what I described, will also be doing 9 to 5. But he will be doing or bringing salary home and feeding his wife, children, and enjoying personal sense gratification. That is 9 to 5. Another person who is a devotee will also be doing the same job. Probably they will be in the same office, next desk. Probably. But this 9 to 5 work, what is the consciousness of this devotee bhakta? Is that this salary what I will bring, same salary might be there, I will bring, I will use it for the temple, because home has got deities. We all have deities in our home. So our home is not home, our home is temple. So for maintaining our home, my temple, and for maintaining my relatives, my wife, kids, whoever, who are also Krishna conscious, who are also Krishna's, Aham Bija Pradapita, I would be bringing this salary and then I would be spending my Lakshmi for Krishna consciousness. Look at the change in consciousness. Same 9 to 5 here, same 9 to 5 here, but the consciousness differs. So this is what 3.9 says. Change your consciousness. Work for the sacrifice, do sacrifice or the sacrificial work for the satisfaction of Vishnu, and you will be free from bondage. And I love those statements where Krishna says, of this there is no doubt. Krishna said many times, of this I love those guarantees. These are the words Prabhu and Mataji spoken by Krishna from the lotus mouth of Krishna himself. So let us believe in it. Let us not only understand but also implement and make our life successful by not becoming bondage to the work. Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। Hare Hare. So devotees, if there is any shortcoming in my service, please forgive me with all. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Let's have another round of applause for his great Pitambar. That was a wonderful lecture. Thank you so much for gracing us and giving us all that wonderful nectar. Really appreciate it. I just want to, before we move to the final kirtan here, just another reminder again for those of you that may have come late. Next week, so November 30th and December 7th. So we're not going to be at Vic Johnston Community Center. So next week's program will be at Meadowvale Community Center, I believe in the youth and senior room there. The timings of the program will be the same, but just keep that in mind just for next.